When it comes to learning boxing, by far the most important thing is your feet, setting the foundations. It's the same as building a house. When you build a house, you need good, strong foundations to build the house. If you don't have strong foundations, the house is going to start sinking. It's the same in boxing. If your feet aren't right, then you can't progress and build other skills on top of that and become a more complete, rounded boxer. You've got to get your feet right, the balance right, and the weight distribution right. You'll notice a lot in architecture, they use triangles for greater stability and strength when building like bridges, houses. You might be able to see in the back of this shot, these poles, they're all making triangles to create greater stability for the roof. If we think about this when we're setting up our stance, you've got a triangle. Now, you're going to make this your front foot, this your back foot, or your right foot if you're orthodox. If you're southpaw, obviously this will be your back foot, but it'll be your left foot. Now, this distance here will give you your stability. I see too many boxing coaches, when they're teaching boxing, they get their boxer to keep their feet at a narrow stance. And that's great because it makes you a smaller target. However, this takes away from your overall stability as a boxer. So you want to maintain this distance when you're setting up your stance. You don't want to get too narrow. I used to box with a guy whose stance was really narrow and you could see how off balance he was when he was in the ring. Not only this, it makes it harder to throw a backhand because you can't get the right twist in your hips. So when you're setting up your stance, think about this distance and this triangle shape. Next thing is the weight distribution between either foot. Let's say you're orthodox. On your right foot, you want 60% of your weight, and on the front foot, you want 40% of your weight. Boxing is basically about keeping the weight distribution correct, getting your feet into range, getting off your shots, and getting out of range as quickly as possible. The more effectively you can do this while staying on balance with this 60-40 weight distribution, then the more successful you'll be as a boxer. Boxing is built on foundations of footwork. This is the most important thing you need to learn. So when you're setting up, whenever you're doing anything in boxing, whether you're on the bag, whether you're shadow boxing, whether you're sparring, try and think about this weight distribution, keeping that weight on the back foot and moving around in this distribution of weight.